It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at an old beer style, a really old beer style. I'm talking 600 years old beer style. It's a style that a lot of you are probably really aware of, and that's the export style. We've all heard of Carlsberg exports, haven't we? This is a bottle of Bergmann export. It's from Dortmund. Now, Dortmund in Germany was really famous for this style of beer. It's in a 750 milliliter bottle. It's 5.2% ABV, and it's really a really old classic style of beer that I want to pay a little bit of attention to. So, without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass. Whoa! Woo. Oops. I got a little bit down the hotel carpet. And the hotel walls. I'll have to clean that up. It won't be a problem. So we got a 1 to 2 finger whitehead, slightly hazy beer, nicely carbonated opening to the beer. You can see it's slightly hazy there. 5.2% ABV. We'll talk about the export style in a minute, but first of all, let's get in. Let's give it a get the aroma and the taste. Yeah, it's interesting. Really interesting style, because I think this is a little bit more hoppy than the previous export style beer that we tried. A little bit more spicy and peppery, biscuity and malty. We're back. Yeah, biscuity and malty. What is going on? Should we stand back? Let's stand right back. Bready, but nice and hoppy at the same time. This is weird. Let's see if that makes a bit of a difference. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Let's try shutting the... Oh, we can for a moment. That's lovely. It's lovely. It really is a lovely beer. Really bready and biscuity, spicy, peppery. Not as hoppy as a Pilsner, but we're going to get to that in a moment. We're going to get to the reasons as to why the export beer fell out of favour, really, in the Dortmund region of Germany. This used to be, this style of beer, one of the biggest styles of beer in the world. Dortmund was famous for its export all around the world. What took its place? Well, we had little breweries further south of Dortmund. One of them called Krombacher, and you can probably guess the style of beer that Krombacher used or invented, not invented themselves, but was brewing to disrupt the export market, and that is Pilsner beer. But this is a newer brewery, this Bergmann. It's a newer brewery brewing this classic take on this style. And I like that. I like the fact that this brewery is based in Dortmund, and I like the fact that they're looking to create beers that were really in their roots, really in their kind of brewing heritage. They're prepared to look back as well as look forward. It's a little bit more balanced. It's nicely sweet, malty and biscuity, but then it's got a really nice, not overly bitter, but a nice bitter finish on the back end. nowhere near being as bitter as a Pilsner though. So, if you watched my Dortmunder Kronen video, this was the brewery that was huge. This brewery, this Dortmunder Kronen brewery, was absolutely massive, well known all around the world for its export beer. And this is the style of beer that we just we were looking at with the newer style of beer, the Bergmann. And the Bergmann is just a really, really good, hoppier version than the original. So I think the Bergmann is actually a better beer than the original Dortmunder Kronen. But I want to talk to you about complacency, really, before we go today. If you think of Tesla, not Nikola Tesla, he invented the electricity, didn't he? Or the circular current, whatever he did. Not Nikola Tesla, the other guy. Tesla, the car man. What's his blooming first name? Something Tesla. No, it's not. It's Elon Musk. It's nothing to do with Tesla. Anyway, Elon Musk was producing electric cars when the large car companies didn't know who he was or what he was doing. And he's that classic person who disrupts a market. He's completely disrupted a market. All the petrol cars, diesel cars now are in decline. That everybody's buying and driving electric cars, and it's all down to Elon Musk, a disruptor. So back in the day, I think not even 60 years ago, Krombacher brought out the Pilsner style beer, become very, very popular. And they were a disruptor. And they disrupted this whole market where now, if you're living in the UK, you've probably heard of Krombacher, but you may never have heard of Kronen. And they were a massive, massive, massive company back in the day. But again, it's nice that Bergmann there in the 750 bottle, they're looking back. They're looking back at the past as well. Interesting beer, I like it. But again, you can see why the Pilsner beer style, being a little bit more crisper, a little bit more hoppier, you can see why it won the day. You can see why it won out, and you can see why lots and lots of people drank it. So, I like this beer. I do like this beer. But you can tell it does have a place in the market. But it's not quite kind of punchy enough for me. And if you ask me to choose a Pilsner or the export style, I would certainly choose a Pilsner, most definitely. So I like this beer, I like it enough. I like it enough to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!